Good luck. Have funds come out in the chat there, and these two teams are ready to match up.
Yep, and bans are coming out. We'll see if we'll get the typical like Thatcher ban in here, or maybe even a Hibana ban.
Looks like we've got the poll out in the stream about who will win. Go ahead and vote for your favorite team there, or who you think will win, Team Wary or Rivals from the Humble Fraggers. And go ahead and submit those. We'll go ahead and get Blackbeard here banned by Team Wary. And that is not a surprising ban, as nobody likes to play against a guy with a shield above his face.
Oh yeah, especially in hookah windows. You hate to see that.
You definitely hate to see it, as I die to it almost every single time.
With the smoke ban coming in as well, I think that's a really good ban for Wary, and having to deny that plant and everything. So
Definitely here as we roll into Rivals' last and final ban, and it will be the Mira. Definitely not so much of an unoriginal ban, but definitely haven't seen a whole lot of teams playing the Mira there, as it's mostly played into the Penthouse site. So definitely see how that ban will work for them, whether it works for them or against them. As we
yeah,
get
definitely.
underway here with some of the operator picks.
It looks like we might be having a rehost though, due to Team Wary not taking the uniforms out of their operators. So we will be taking a little bit here for the rehost, and wait for the teams to come back into the lobby.
AB on the track, yeah.
All right, and we are back here with the matchup between Team Wary and the rivals from Humble Fraggers there, getting the readies out into the chat there for both teams, ready to go live here with this second matchup of the night. And here we are in Coastline there with these two teams, Wary attacking first, rivals defending first on this matchup.
Yeah, and most people do go towards hookah and billiards for the first one, but uh Rivals is gonna go to kitchen and service entrance first.
Indeed, they are, as we do see their goalie, six pick from the Frost, onto Valkyrie here. We are seeing that IQ from Wary that I was mentioning in the last game, wanting to find those, anything that they can. Now will be useful to find those Vault cams.
Yeah, Valk and Mute Gemmers are gonna be something for IQ to get here, especially with the downstairs hold. She could possibly get all of them just from playing above, taking control of VIP and Penthouse.
Definitely. We're going to see Rivals here going into the kitchen as their first defensive round of the evening. Here, looks like we'll see Valk throwing some cams up there into VIP, trying to get some of those spots that they know, as you mentioned, that the IQ is going to want to play. So we'll go ahead and see that round now underway here. And I think we both agree that this is going to be an interesting matchup between these two teams that hoping to see just as close of a game as we did before.
Yeah, definitely. And Team Wary would definitely have to take control of upstairs site here as they are doing now, and make sure that they roam clear well. But it doesn't seem like Sledge is getting any drones coming out for him to help him out, but I think he knows somebody is towards Cool Vibes and almost got them down.
Here we see just a little bit of help taken from that Jaeger, but goalie is going to find one on to show from Wary here. And Wary's now going to find one on to here, one of the Rivals team. Now Rivals now finding another one. And
It's
now
just back to back right now.
it is now 4v3 in Rivals' favor of the defense there. See a little bit of a lag there from IQ as Rivals team Enzo finds another one onto Hells from the Wary's team. Now a 2v4 situation.
What a good pre-fire for Jaeger over there, knowing that there was someone in security. He peeked over there and pre-fired it, and now Ash is down, and it's gonna be a 3v1 unless Ash gets picked up here.
We're going to see Zofia just trying to open a couple of hatches, distract the Rivals team before she can move down. She can pick up her teammate there. And there she is. Now, Sherm and I from Team Wary. Now, last two left to play as it's now a 2v3. Both a little bit of health gone.
Yeah, they still have this Jaeger and Sunrise waiting to play. So we'll see how Rivals take this with not enough manpower.
And Rivals are able to come up with it as they take down the last two members. Jaeger now making that rotate, as you see here, taking down the last member, Ash from Team Wary, that they need. And first round will go to the defense.
Yeah, and I think what Wary was lacking there was definitely drone presence, because Sledge was already up top in hookah, but he didn't know about the Valk that was literally right next to him in billiards. So I think if he had someone drone him, get some more info, because he definitely got caught off guard there in Cool Vibes, and they were having a hard time getting the roamers out. So maybe that's something that they gotta change for the second round.
Definitely need to make some adjustment here. I don't think that these teams have matched up before. So now that Wary knows kind of how Rivals is able to play here, definitely want to make their adjustments and try to take down this Rivals defense. Rivals now going into hookah pool site there upstairs. Seeing some normal reinforcements here Jaeger going to put some barbed wire there on Sunrise. Here, just looks like might be for that sound cue. Be able to hear anybody trying to push up from those cool vibe stairs. Definitely something useful, something you want to have there as we get underway with this second attacking round from Team Wary. We'll see how they adjust.
Yeah, and they're definitely gonna have to do a much better roam clear for this hookah take, especially with people playing underneath.
Habana now here trying to open up that pool, trying to get an angle here from the roof of this coastline map. Trying to see if she can see anybody from this Rivals team. Show's going to find one there onto the Rook playing on cool vibe stairs. And that's one down for the defense. Show also taking a lot of health there himself. And going to take down one here onto Wary now, finding Sherm. The Ying Candelas go out, and she's going to accidentally hit one outside there. And now in the site, but will she be able to plant? She will not. Will not be able to contain control over the site there, as Wary's now down to only 2 players left. 4 for Rivals, with Valk as the 4th on very low health.
Yeah, very good picks for Rivals coming in over there, especially with that Ying.
Here at this point, Rivals definitely have time on their side, as Wary needs to find some sort of adjustment to do with their 45 seconds that are remaining on the clock. They're taking out one of the mute jammers. Clock still ticking, now just over 30 seconds left. They have to either take out 4 members of the Rivals team or be able to plant that diffuser. It doesn't look like Rivals are going to let them get in, but they are able to find one member of Rival, as Rise from Wary will take down the Jaeger, and now planting the bomb with only 12 seconds left to play, but he'll get it. He will get the diffuser down, but then be able to back out, but his team member will go down. Now able to sit and wait. He says, this is now my game. You have to wait. But he doesn't know that a member of Rivals is defusing, and Maestro will go ahead and take down the last member, and they will defuse the bomb. And unfortunate for Wary is not able to come up with a victory after getting the post plant.
That was a really good crossfire coming out there from Rivals, and good swing on that mute to get the other guy out of hookah and putting it into a 3v1.
Definitely here now. Rivals from Humble Fraggers now running away with it up 2 rounds. The game can go either way at this point, but momentum definitely in Rivals' favor at this point, as we see Show now 6-pick from the sledge onto Jackal, now trying to get some more intel. He says the sledge is not working. Let's go ahead and get some more intel here. Now Maestro will fake the 6-pick back onto Maestro. And here we go now with Rivals now going, interestingly, into Blue Bar and Sunrise there. Interesting site choice here by Rivals. What do you think about this site take here?
I think this is going to be a really good round for Rivals. With the amount of drones that we've seen from Wary, they're definitely gonna have to do a much better job again, roam clearing and having enough time to take it into sight. And I think they just keep stalling, and they win some gunfights, but then eventually lose. Like towards the last 10 seconds of the round.
Yeah, definitely agree. They're definitely going to need to get more intel on this Rivals team, and I think that's part of the reason we saw show there from Wary 6-pick on to the Jackal. I'm saying we need a little bit more intel. We're not doing enough droning. Definitely agree with that statement.
Yeah, and it's an interesting that they didn't take the IQ here. But they do have a Capital, and with this gunfight going between Ash and Rook on Hookah, this is their upstairs hold. So we'll see if USB is able to hold this down.
Your Rivals finding one there onto Sherm, but will get traded out as I from Wary is going to take down USB, playing the Rook. They're now a 4v4, but Rivals still has time in their favor as they've wasted just over a minute and a half here in the round for Wary.
Yeah, definitely. And Capital would have to be careful here. I don't know if they've drawn him out of service entrance, but it doesn't seem like it. He's not even really looking towards service entrance here. Capital would be very useful for Wary to get into sight with his utility. But it does look like he is backing out. They're just smoking in sight and trying to plant behind the bomb.
It looks like the C4 is going to come out from Cashew there behind the bar as he'll find the planter, now taking some damage himself. Wary now finding a second one, Show finding a third one for Wary, as Hells finds a fourth, and now Maestro, the last person able to play for Rivals team, but Ash is going to go ahead and take him down as I finds his third frag of the round. And good adjustment there by Wary.
Yeah, he almost definitely got that Maestro too when he dropped down from the hookah hatch. Good take from Wary there. Definitely had a lot more, structure pushing into sight there and getting their picks, and especially with clearing up top, because then, Rivers wasn't able to flank them, because their top hold was gone.
Definitely we'll see here Show now going onto the sledge, letting the teammate there from Hells pick the blitz, but now 6-pick onto Jackal as we see. Also a 6-pick there from Goalie, 6-picking from the Cav onto Valkyrie. Two of the players here that we've seen definitely get some frags here in the early game. Here now, Rivals looks like going up top into Penthouse. We're not able to secure that site downstairs into Sunrise and Blue Bar. Now taking it back upstairs, and we'll see what they do against Wary here.
Yeah, this Penthouse hold is going to be interesting. They only have mute for wall denial. And Wary doesn't really have any anything that can get jammers easily unless they go underneath. So we'll see how Wary takes this and if they're able to take control of VIP and pinch from there.
Looks like a couple of Rook armors there still not getting picked up by the Rivals team. We'll go ahead and see the bout playing downstairs. One more member of Rivals also pushing downstairs, maybe to refrag Valkyrie there if she's watching a cam. Looks like we are seeing a little bit more droning here from Wary. Also, as I mentioned before, playing that Jackal, trying to get some more intel on this Rivals team, as it did help them out in the last round, bringing it to a 1-2.
Yeah, definitely. And the Valkyrie is gonna help Rivals for plant denial here from below. It does look like they're gonna try and get Theater Wall instead of VIP Wall over here, though.
Here, and there's Ash as the first pick down as Valkyrie picks up one. No drones downstairs to help Wary, and that's unfortunate as now one member goes down, and Thermite unfortunately doesn't have anybody to watch his back to open that wall. Valk will find a second one, but now get refragged there by a Wary team member, and then refragged himself.
And the Thermite is gone, so they're not gonna be able to get any walls. It's a 1v4 situation, so it's up to NACL over here to get some frags. He's not able to get any footprints. There's still one playing below, so he does have to be careful of Jaeger flanking white stairs here.
Looks like Jaeger might do just that, but it won't matter as Rook will come around the corner, taking down the last member of Team Wary, now extending their lead to 3-1.
Yeah, that was a really good trades coming in from Rivals, and good picks for Valkyrie down below. She got 2 and almost got her third one, and then pretty much after they lost their Thermite, it was impossible to get into sight.
Definitely did a good job there by Goldie Monkey, as you mentioned, by the Valkyrie, getting those 2 frags. Also able to waste a lot of Wary's time down there. And that's really all you can hope for as a member of the defense that's playing off-site, is to waste time. Frags are more of a bonus if you're able to get them as a roamer. Your really sole objective is to waste that team's time, and because as the defense, you have the time in your favor. And Valkyrie being able to not only come up with 1 but 2 frags and also wasting Team Wary's time, definitely a good part on Valkyrie.
Yeah, especially since Wary hasn't really been droning much for their roamers. So definitely lack of intel there, even with the NACL. I don't think he even was able to track anyone on the defense that last round, so.
We'll now see the Valkyrie there, played by Goldie Monkey from the Rivals team. Again, now upstairs. Will the Ash know that there's some members of Rivals upstairs?
I mean, with Ash, no drones are coming in for her, so if
She will see the Rook.
if Rook hits a shot and gets the Ash, that'll be good. They're kind of just like face checking everything.
At a long angle like this, Rook with the ACOG definitely has the advantage. Ash trying to make more of an advantage for herself as she moves up through the couch and is able to get the frag onto the Rook here early in the round. Just under 2 minutes left to play. Wary has a full stack of team members there, as now Rivals is down to 4.
Jaeger does have 2 people with him over here in Sunrise, but Valk is here to help them out. But Valk is gonna get traded by Wary, and Jaeger isn't gonna be able to trade her out there. He might just need to go back to site.
Yep, and he makes just that decision. You got to appreciate the Jaeger there making the decision to say, I can't beat both these players. I've had one player go down already. I'm just going to push onto site and just try to take this. Show will now find one onto Enzo, and then Cashew finding one onto Sherm, as now it's down to a 4v2 situation. No plant has gone down here. Just over a minute left to play in the round.
It's also unfortunate because they still have a buck upstairs, and this buck is just tearing through the floor, trying to get a line of sight from the people on site. But I is gonna get the last 2 kills from a vertical play, or I'm sorry, kitchen. He just hops in kitchen and takes 2 with him. Good round for Wary, even with the lack of drone presence.
And I am a little surprised with that lack of drone presence that you're mentioning. That Rivals is actually letting them get as many rounds as they have so far here. Here now closing the gap 2-3. Now Rivals only up by 1, and that lack of drone presence, unfortunately, I think might hurt them in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. And with Ying coming in and they're sticking with Cali and Glass, I think they're just gonna try and, you know, as kids would say, yeet themselves into sight here.
Here we're gonna see Rivals now going back here to Pool and Hookah. And we'll see if they're able to extend their lead here to a 4-2, or if Wary will go ahead and tie it up.
Yeah, if Rivals is able to get on just one more round here for defense, I mean, depending on their attacks, but you know, defense is very important for Coastline, and I still do think it's an attacker-sided map, but especially with good droning presence. So this is gonna be really interesting for Rivals. Unfortunately, Rook gets down by the Cali in office. They lose their downstairs presence. There's still one in, I think that's Blue Bar or Sunrise?
Here now a 4v5, as you mentioned, as Rook goes down early there from the Cali. Cali now, Ash trying to find a second member of Rivals, but Valkyrie will take down Show there, playing the Cali. So that's a refrag there for Rook.
Cali is scary in Coastline, though. You know, she can hold some really long angles, and you can barely see her. So it's a good pick for the defense here to get her out. They still do have Ying, but their Ash is gonna get taken out. You see Glass still on Rumens here, so Wary is gonna have to start to get together and try and get their plan to get into sight here.
Definitely here. Glaz now repelled onto that pool window, trying to find a member of Rival, throwing some more smoke in to cover his tracks so nobody can see him on that window. And it's still playing into Rival's favor here, as just now a minute left to play in the round, and Wary 3 members, Rivals 4 members.
Yeah, it seems like they're
seconds
gonna
left.
try and get a aqua take here with Glass just watching the window for the swing, and they might just have to plan on default, but they only have Ying and Aqua so far, and Jaeger is gonna go down. There's still one on site. We still have a Maestro Cam watching. And the C4 goes out with 15 seconds left for Rivals and Wary.
Now
he
just
can
down
get
to
this-
Sherm, but he won't be able to get it as Cashew, playing the smoke there, will go ahead and pull out the shotgun. We'll be able to pop 2 right there into Sherm from Team Wary, and he won't be able to come up with the win, as Rivals will now extend their lead 4-2 against Wary.
Yeah, and this is gonna be interesting with the bandit pick for hookah and billiards. But it doesn't seem like Rivals is gonna take Hibana to get the pink wall. So we'll see where they push here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Attackers have located a bomb.
All right, apologize for that delay. Some more audio
10 seconds remaining.
issue here, as I had to turn up a little bit
5 seconds to go.
there. And here now we see
Moving to defuse a bomb.
Wary
Bomb diffuser has
now
been
on their first defensive round, as Doc tries to spawn peek, won't find any from the Rivals team. Will go ahead and say it's not really worth it. Let's go ahead and just read back and force that. And they'll go ahead and start off their defense into hookah and pool.
Yeah, and there is gonna be a downstairs present for Wary here. But it's only gonna be their Jaeger. And we'll see how much time this Jaeger can waste, and if he's able to get some picks for his team here.
a bomb has been located.
Do see some droning going out here. And a lot more droning than we saw from Team Wary there. Show will find the first pick, though, and again get traded out as Sherm finds Enzo, but Cashew trading him out. They're now down to 3v4. There, Cashew taking a little bit of health loss, but he'll go ahead and ultimately take the kill, as he now gets 2 kills for this round. Cashew finding Legion on the white stairs. Show now getting taken out by USB. They're now in a 2v3. Cashew with very low health. Thermite tries to go on a drone, but will get taken out on that drone by I from Wary. Now dropping it to a 2v2. Cashew still very low health.
Yeah, and Thatcher is gonna reveal his position here, and Aqua almost got taken down by Maestro with 81 bullets, so he does need to be careful here. Peeking.
He does get taken out there, and combo here. Thatcher will go prone and then come back up and be able to get the last remaining member of Team Wary, as he's able to take out the bandit peeking behind bomb chassis with a little bit of a pre-fire there, it looks like. And that will now even further extend their lead as Rivals take their first attacking round, making it a 5-2.
Yeah, definitely good take for for Rivals there, they opened up VIP and then eventually pinched into Aqua, and with not enough people on Wary, they were able to just take their gunfights and win them.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
We'll have to go ahead and see how Wary is able to make some adjustments here onto defense, as Rivals seem to have had the momentum this entire game. Wary definitely needs to desperately switch the momentum into their favor and close this gap on Rivals.
Yeah, definitely. If they're able to take upstairs here, just like Wary, it'll be good. It'll be a good spot for them, especially with the sledge.
Hit around, just getting underway. Wary now defending into kitchen and service entrance there. Legion played by Hells going and making his way into blue bar, putting down a couple of goo mines there. Enzo trying to find any of the feet from Wary here in the drone hole. She'll go ahead and back off.
Yeah, and it seems like they are trying to take VIP and Penthouse here, droning it out, making sure that there's no roamers in there, but I'm not sure if they've drawn out VIP because it does look like there's one person in VIP. And he might have just gotten Jackal tracked to go back into sight.
Here, Wary wasting a lot of time here. Now, just under 2 minutes left to play in the round. Haven't quite made a move. Haven't gotten any picks here onto the Rivals team, as they've kind of spent their entire time upstairs. Sledge now opening some of the holes here into the floor, but only with 1 minute and 30 left on the clock to play it. Here, they'll have to either take down all 5 of those members or get that plant down.
Yeah, definitely. This is gonna be a 5v5 push here. If Wary is not able to get someone from above. It does look like they're getting hit from a drone hole from Cool Vibes there, though.
Here we see the first frag of the round here, as USB will find one onto show, and that's Doc now down, a formidable operator with that ACOG that you definitely want to have in a site in a clutch situation. Now we'll go down to only Rook now having the ACOG ability in that situation, as Jaeger will try to rotate up. He will be able to actually get 2 before getting traded out, and now down to a 3v3, as it's still even here with 2 members at full health on each team and 1 member down there to approximately 25 health, and they'll have to make a push here, as we'll find another member down from Rivals get traded out. Maestro will then take one down. IQ cannot plant with that down there. IQ now trying to plant, but will push in. She'll try to come off, and it won't be enough time in the round, as now Wary will now take that one due to just time in itself.
Yeah, and that was pretty close too. We got Rivals, taking top control and not letting Wary be able to flank them, but then eventually Show was able to get 2 picks from there, and it's unfortunate because if Rivals did drone sight maybe like 5 seconds before they hopped in, they would have known that there was only one person on site and the other one was in blue bar and towards lobby. So they might have couldn't even just overwhelmed the one person on site and took the round.
Definitely we'll see Wary here going back up into pool hookah. They're now seeing if they can go ahead and take this one. They've now taken their first defensive round down there into kitchen and service. They're going to have to hold rivals here and maybe have to hold them to their time and waste a lot of time as they did before.
5 seconds to go.
Here, rivals spent a lot of time upstairs, not opening the ceiling, not pushing a whole lot. Was still a 5v5 their situation as we came down to a minute and 30 seconds left in the last round. And that might be how Wary has to play the rest of this game.
Yeah, if they're able to stall enough time that rivals would have to push into site with 5 people, I mean that'll be really good for them.
Here, round just underway as we see the Pulse playing downstairs there, and that Pulse being downstairs there with the site being upstairs definitely could make a make or break their situation for rivals in the long run if he's able to get a C4 onto the planter or onto one of the top fraggers of rivals team here and stop any sort of push from going on. Rivals now the floor being opened up there by Ash into hookah. We've got the first frag going out by rivals, finding eye onto Wary, taking out that bandit. Now just over a minute 30 left to play.
Yeah, and the Pulse is still below in blue bar, so he can still definitely get this plant denial from below, depending on where they plant. It does seem like they're trying to push hookah though for plant and getting picks from it. So, Pulse is gonna have to rotate into Sunrise if he wants that plant denial, but there's somebody there watching from below.
Bomb located
And-
by
And
attack.
Buck is going to go
Unfortunately,
down.
getting
He will, but Wary will find 2, and Rise will get refragged there by USB. And it won't matter because Monty will not have to plant the bomb as he was doing before, as USB will now find the last member of Wary hiding down below, which was that Pulse I was referring to. And he'll go ahead and put that round in favor of rivals, now extending their gap to 6-3.
Yeah, that was a really good take for rivals, having making sure that there was someone below to deny like C4s from underneath while they're trying to plant, and just having that presence there and then pushing into sites. It's just unfortunate that Wary wasn't able to get their picks and lose their gunfights while the other team's trying to push into site.
Here we'll go ahead and see a 6-pick by Sherm there from Ella onto Alibi, and then another one from Combo, not wanting to take that Kali on attack. Instead, we'll go ahead and switch onto that Thatcher, trying to use some of that utility for the rivals team. Here now, we've seen rivals not taking any of those long distance stances, not playing the Kali, not playing the Glass from any of those spots such as Ruins that we've seen Wary do on attack. Kali was able to pick up a couple of frags there when Wary, Team Wary was utilizing her. Rivals saying, I don't think we need that. Let's just go in, be aggressive, and we'll be able to take out this wary team here now. Round underway.
Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting how Wary takes this, especially with or Rivals. I'm sorry, if when Rivals takes this, because I'm not sure if they're gonna have to take top control for Blue Bar or they're just gonna go straight into office and take that wall. But they do have a lot of office presence for Wary here, so they just have to be careful with that and make sure they drone it out.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Definitely are just under 2 minutes left to play in the round. We're now just starting to see some gunfights here. Sherm there trying to find one into luggage. We'll go ahead and back off. Won't find that one that he needs.
Attackers bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Cashew knowing they're on the Jackal that one is on Cool Vibes. Combo will find the first one, the first frag that he needs onto show to try to push into this site. And that's unfortunate as the Claymore just goes down, but then gets taken. Sherm now going down on that alibi to Combo as Combo picks up his second frag. Goalie now here for Rivals picking up a third frag for the team here as Cashew picks up one, and then Ash picking up the very last member of Wary that they need. And the GGs come out as Rivals from Humble Fraggers are able to take a 7-3 victory over Wary.
With a flawless round at the end as well. So very good job for Rivals there. That was a really good attack side from them and a good defense side. They definitely droned a lot more than Wary did on the attacking side, and that was very important.
Yeah, I definitely think that was kind of the make or break situation for Team Wary, unfortunately. But we'll go ahead and throw it over to a break here. Stick around as we have one more matchup for the night, and that will go ahead and be Notoriety versus another Humble Fraggers team, and that will be the Reapers from Humble Fraggers. So go ahead and stick around. We'll throw it to break.